Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Chronically Offline podcast, and I'm here today with my guest. And it's a you produce books, don't you, around like especially like mental health experiences, specifically like BPD. So would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Holly. I I don't really, I guess I'm technically an author. I don't know how I feel about that term. I'm fairly new to it. I've put out some books. It's a fairly new thing. I just like started writing this summer and couldn't stop. So that's kind of a little bit of a nutcase in a nutshell.
I love that. Do you want to tell us a bit about like what your books are about generally?
They are typically like memoirs, reflections. I started just kind of like memories, like just started coming to the surface, and I, s- I did. They were racing around in my head, and I needed to
Mm,
get them out, and it kind of like brought like these memories. Like I was like, what do they mean? Like, what do these have to do with anything? And kind of like getting them out on paper, kind of put two to two together on,
yeah.
well, okay, this is kind of where that black and white thinking probably started coming from, that fear of abandonment. So it really like didn't become my own therapist, but I was kind of able to like put the puzzle pieces together. It's
Yeah.
like my my brain was telling me something, and I started listening.
Yeah. Sometimes you've just got to do like it's like a signal from the brain to the hand, and it's you've got to get that out, haven't you?
Yep. And it's a funny thing is though, like I like say I write, but I haven't written down a damn thing. Uh, like I don't write.
Mm,
Everything that I've done like was in the middle of a split. I opened up my phone, I opened up a Gmail draft and text to or talk to text.
yeah.
That's I just started talking into my phone and just rambling, and somehow the smartphone kept up to what I was saying. Sometimes it couldn't, but that's how my writing is. I was like, it's talking. I don't really write down anything.
Mm,
Occasionally, when it comes to the editing, I'll write down a word and be like, I need to look this word up later. Like I have a thesaurus app. I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, come up with something better, just something to come back to. But I don't like journal in a traditional sense.
Yeah. That's super cool. So I've got obviously some questions for you, just so to give more some of your readers some insight, or people that are looking into reading your books, or even people that maybe want to write themselves. So we can give them a bit of insight and a bit of knowledge. So, what made you decide to start writing about BPD instead of like keeping it to yourself?
Well, I always felt like I had a story to tell. Like my entire life and my experience is I always like felt like my life was a Lifetime movie special.
Hmm.
I had no idea how to get it on paper. And this past summer, I swear I split the entire month of July.
Mm,
So, like I said, I opened a Gmail draft and just kind of started writing myself a no send letter,
mm,
saying memories out loud, trying to make sense of the relationship that I was like sabotaging.
mm.
And then somewhere in those letters, something shifted. Um, and I just, uh, I don't know, it's like writing stopped being about just trying to survive the moment. And it was like I was explaining myself to myself.
Yeah. That's a really good way you put that. I mean, I love how you word everything as well. Obviously, you've sent me things and I've read them, and I really do. And I'm like, oh, that's so precise. And I love how you've put that together and that together. I'm like, hey, that's smart. That no, it's really good. So it's really good. I think I bet in a way. Do you think it's like some form of like therapy for yourself?
I really do.
Hmm.
It's weird. Like I go back and reread my own stuff as
Mm,
my own like like it's like take your own words.
yeah.
Like when I'm splitting and I'm like having like an emotionally chaotic day,
Mm,
I refer back to the things I've written and I'm like, all right, we can get through this. Like you
yeah.
we this is like we're replaying the same thing we've done before, especially like when the split wants to like head towards self-harm.
Yeah.
Like, we can get through this. We've gotten through this before. We can do it again.
That's it. That's what I try and think to myself, to be fair. Because we get some of those days, you'll know what I mean, where you're just like, I can't go on. You're like, I can't do this anymore. And then you're just like, well, you've not got a choice, have you? Because it's just, it's hard, isn't it? So I feel you on
Yeah,
that one. Mm,
yeah. I a lot of times I just have to look at the wallpaper on my phone. It's my daughter, and
yeah,
when I want to like reach for a sharp edge,
yeah.
I grab my phone instead, and I see those big, beautiful eyes, and like, no.
Yep, I'm the same. That's what's helped get me through, honestly, because I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have my child. You know what I mean? Because they get you through so much, don't they? Because like a lot of times you think, well, if I'm going to live for something, I'm going to live for this at least. You know what I mean? If you're in that bad of a place.
Yeah, even when I think that she deserves better than me,
Hmm.
knowing like it, and yeah, it's not even thinking like, yeah, she deserves it, like someone else could be a better mom for her. It's no, it's like I can't leave her wondering why.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's it, isn't
it
it?
it's knowing like what her life would be like, and like the therapy, like I already know she's gonna need therapy. She's seen a lot for a 10-year-old,
Mm,
and I mean, I'm doing my best not to like cause emotional damage, but
yeah,
she's seen a lot in like between her dad and I,
yeah.
and there's gonna be like she's been through emotional trauma. She's gonna need
Mm,
to have some help later in life. But I'm not going to leave her with my mom left me with no one.
yeah, yeah.
I can't do that to her. If anything, I need to stay for that. If anything,
I'm like that as well. I mean, I'm in a very similar mindset because my dad's not been around since I was like 8, and I'm just like I can't. You know what it's like to have BPD yourself, and it's just like I cannot have that happen to my child either. I can't do it. I'd not live with myself, to be honest. So no, I honestly I think we relate to a lot of stuff. To be fair,
yeah, there's a special place in hell for me if I was to do that.
yeah, yeah. So, what do you think? What's one thing about BPD you wish people had stopped saying and assuming?
Um, oh God, it's the part of being manipulative
Mm,
where they think it's intentional. Like,
yeah,
yes, there's a part of manipulation that is absolutely there, but thinking that we do it on purpose.
yeah,
Um, like what looks like manipulation is panic.
yes,
That like the fear of being left. Like, yeah, we have told you to get out of our lives. We have burnt our bridge, and now we've realized, shit, you're leaving.
yep,
And now in our brains, we're coordinating this plan on how we're going to get you back.
yep,
And what we are planning is a manipulation, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like manipulation to us. And like, I remember back when I was first diagnosed, I was in a psych ward and I
yeah,
was 16, and they were using this word manipulation, and it was like, it was
mm,
a freaking knife to the heart. And I was like, it
yeah,
just sounds like the most hurtful word to me. And
yeah,
even now, 42, and I'm like, don't call me manipulative. It's
yeah,
just so, it's like, I was like, it's like the C word. Like, I
yeah.
don't like it. Because it's not intentional. Yes, it is a part of it and it's there, but I am not purposely
No.
trying to manipulate anybody. It's yes, I think back to different situations in my past, and the way in past relationships,
Mm,
whether they were like romantic or friends or family, and ways I've split on people, and like, yeah, I did manipulate the situation, but
mm,
in thinking about like the layout of the situation,
yeah,
it was not intentional. It was my survival.
yeah. That's fair too. Um. So, was it hard to revisit certain memories while writing your books, or was it like freeing to you?
Um, It was both painful and freeing.
Hmm.
Like, some nights I would stop mid-sentence because I could feel my heart racing, tears streaming down my face. Even rereading some of my
Mm,
chapters, I'm bawling. It was
mm,
like I was back there again, reliving the moment, especially like in the chapters I write about the physical abuse
mm.
of like my ex-husbands.
Yeah,
But the more I wrote, the less power the memories had over me. It's
yeah.
like reclaiming your own story and saying, this happened, but it doesn't own me anymore.
I love that though. No, that's kind of like exposure therapy a little bit actually, because it's like you're putting yourself in that uncomfortable place to process it, right? I love it though. I think more people should get into it. To be fair,
It's a form of fear factor.
you know, because I have been considering it myself, but I just don't know what I'd do. I don't know how I'd structure it, to be honest.
And it's one of the like, just you got to give it time. You
Mm,
can't like, if the first go around doesn't work,
mm-hmm,
take a break, stop. Like you can give yourself a multiple tries to revisit this memory. If
mm,
it doesn't work the first time, go to another one. Like,
yeah,
but that's the thing. Like, I don't sit there like thinking about memories. It's they hit me,
yeah,
and okay, I guess this is the one we're gonna go with. And
mm,
sometimes it's like a wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning with a memory. Like I'm like, okay, I guess I'm awake, and this is the one that my brain wants to think about right now.
yeah. Often it's not a choice, is it? And you're just like, oh, well, great, thank you, brain.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go again. Like, oh dear. Yeah, I get you. Do you ever feel like people treat you differently once they know your diagnosis?
Um, I guess I don't really experience a dramatic shift because like
Mm,
my offline circle is really small
same.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sister that lives an hour and a half away, and like we text and we see each other like twice a year.
Mm,
Um, and like she's supportive of my books, and like she she hates the way like my childhood was. Like we were day and night, and like she was loved and I wasn't.
mm,
Like and she feels so much guilt for that, and I try to tell her I'm like it's not your fault.
yeah.
Like it like don't I don't hate you for the love that you received and that I didn't get, and that like she hates that her life was easier.
Mm,
Um and then like in the people that I do know in my real life are mostly acquaintances. They're like,
yeah.
hey, how are yous? My
Mm,
most of the people that I know are online, so
mm,
I've like these days I've mostly kept myself involved in like the mental health circles.
yeah.
Like most of my days were doom scrolling. Like, hey, let's I'm on the me channels,
Yeah.
like just looking for dumb stuff to share.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm basically these days just choosing intentional spaces over the mindless scrolling. So it's nice to spend time like when I am online in spaces where people get it.
Yeah. Well, I'm again. That's another thing I'm pretty similar with. That's obviously I talk a lot about mental health myself, so I'm surrounded by it. I mean, I love it though. I love it though, and it's very interesting. Yeah, and it brings that sense of community together that you've always got like someone there to speak to online if you need it, which is nice. So,
Yeah, the thing about that though is it's
mm,
like people need to there's that fine line between getting support and replacing it for professional help.
yes. I agree. I agree on that as well, for sure. You got to be there's you see some stuff online and I'm like you're like I don't know about that one. I'll leave you to it
Yeah,
though.
I'm on this medication. Should I stop taking it?
I'm not a
Maybe you
doctor.
should see a doctor about that.
You literally, I've had things like that said to me, and I'm like, "Whoa, I'm not your therapist. Please, no." Yeah,
Yeah, I had to actually put that on my website. I had to put that in like a frequently asked
really.
questions section. Like, can I come to you? Like, like after my books came out, I started getting a lot of questions and people
Mm,
dumping their all their emotion, all their mental health issues on me,
mm,
and I had to like I appreciate you buying my books,
yeah.
and I thank you, but I'm I am not a recovered borderline. I am not a clinical
Yeah.
counselor. I cannot be responsible for your like your mental health status.
Mm-hmm.
And I've put resources like the like suicide hotline, and I've had to set a boundary. Like I feel for you, and I wish there was something I could say, but I can't help you.
Yeah. That's the case, isn't it? Sometimes. No, I know what you mean. I've had people come to me with like problems and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what you really want from me here. Like, I can offer you here, this is the, where you should go if you're seeking mental health services. But other than that, mate, I'm not qualified to, I mean, I might study it, but I'm not qualified to be diagnosing people. So it's not my place. And that's it.
Right.
So, do you remember the first time someone told you your writing helped them? Do you remember the first time you got that like positive feedback?
I do, and it was like what they said was like that I gave them words that they had, but they couldn't find
Mm,
themselves, and that they finally felt seen.
yeah.
And I'm like, I had no idea that I had not power's not the right word,
Mm,
but I had like I cried. Like I read that message way more than once. And I just sat there crying like I can't believe that somebody that my words could touch
do that.
somebody.
Yeah.
And it was actually I think that was like kind of like I because I put out my first book, and that was kind of like I was scared. I was like
Mm,
it was me breaking my silence. And then after I did, like I still had way more chapters that I was like a little too scared to put in that first book. And
mm,
then it was a little freeing at the and then getting those messages. I was like, you know what? It's time to get unapologetic and brave, and we're putting out more.
I love that.
So
I love that attitude.
yeah,
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. There is a flow to like my books. Like the
Mm,
first one was breaking silence, like here you go, guys. And then the second one's like here you fucking go.
mm-hmm.
Like uh we're breaking the silence, and like the silence is broken, and now no apologies. The third one, like, hey, you guys want to like hear absurd I can get?
Mm-hmm.
The fourth one, I got angry.
Mm,
Um, you can hear, or like you reading it, you can hear how angry I got in that one. So there, yeah, in all of them, you can kind of read my emotions coming
mm.
through. But the difference between the first and second one, you can kind of tell. You can read it and see like, yeah, she was a little timid here in this first one, but then in the second one, she's like, okay, here's Holly.
I'd be like, oh yeah, there's the split. Insert
Yep,
split
here,
here. Yeah, I get yeah. I think
yeah,
people I think my friends are like that. Sometimes they'll be like, is it? Are you in a split right now, hon? And I'm like, don't call me out like that. Oh.
yeah. It's like first 5 minutes of the conversation, and then the second book is like, oh, here she is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oh, here we go.
she
Roller coaster.
she she just got comfortable.
um. So, what do you think is like the most misunderstood thing about BPD you've seen online or like in social media?
Oh, yeah. I think people think we're dangerous or
Mm-hmm.
unstable because of stereotypes
Yeah.
and media portrayals. But most of us are just humans who feel deeply and love intensely.
Yes.
Most of us, most of us are not villains.
Mm-hmm.
We're navigating emotions that hit harder than usual. And it's just a lot of we don't know what to do with those emotions. Like for so long, I used to think that I felt no emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought I was void of them, when
Mm-hmm.
in reality, it wasn't that. It was the opposite. I was
Yeah.
feeling all of them at once. So I
Mm.
and I didn't know what to do with that. So yeah, I think that like I think that's the thing. Like people just like, with online, like you have the people who just portray us to be the villain, and like,
Yeah.
like you see that. I know it's been years now, but Amber Heard, you see that
Mm,
trial, and
mm,
like, yeah, she didn't really give a good portrayal of people with
no.
borderline.
Or you get like, is it BoJack Horseman? People try and say that horse has like BPD, and I'm like, oh come on, it's a TV show, guys. Like, it's not real.
Yeah, it's literally a cartoon. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the characters are portrayed with borderline, and it's like people get so invested in a character
Yeah. Yeah.
that it's like their their lifeline. And like, no, like, they're technically a human, but they're not
Mm.
real.
Yeah, I think the thing with our brains as well, not just BPD, I think people in general, we like to try and piece things together to try to make sense in our minds and be like, oh yeah, well that's relatable because I've put this and this together. When obviously you take a step back, and if you're grounding yourself, no, that it wouldn't. So, which
Yeah.
I mean, I've done it in the past, So
Hmm. Yep. I do that myself with TV shows. I try to find the relatable to everyday life.
mm-hmm.
And even like in a dystopian future type of TV
Yeah,
show, like The Handmaid's Tale, like,
yeah,
oh, I'm like, oh, this is starting right now. Like,
yeah,
like, blessed be the fruit because this is happening.
yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
And then when COVID was like rampant,
Mm.
what was that show? I about that comic book, and John Cusack was in it. Was it
Ooh,
Utopia, but a
might
different
have been.
version?
Um,
It was only like two season or one season maybe,
mm,
but yeah, it was a great show. I just can't for the life of me think of the name of it. That's how great it was.
mm,
But it was a show that was like relatable to what was happening in like everyday life, and it was like kind of like put a conspiracy theory in your head. So that's the same thing that kind of happens with, you make these characters and they have something relatable with mental illness,
yeah.
and now in your head, that's how everybody with that mental
Must
illness
act
is.
like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the stuff you hear, it's madness, isn't it? Like, I know I've been in comment sections about, like, I mean, this, I just thought, actually, I'm going to bring this up, to be fair, since we're talking about BPD and stuff. I got sent this by, like, my good friend Mason, and there's someone had put in a comment section. I don't remember the user now. Not that I would like call them out like that anyway, but they put a comment on someone that was obviously having like a split or whatever. They were talking about BPD, and they were like, "Can you show me your diagnosis? Because everyone's lying." And I'm like, you can't just ask that though. You can't just be like, "Here." Like, to me, that's so dystopian because you, in real life, you wouldn't go out on the street and just go up to someone, would you? And be like, hey, show me your diagnosis because I think you're a liar. And that's just, it blows my mind, that, honestly. Yeah.
How do you show a borderline diagnosis? Like, there's so many traits.
So many paperwork as well with stuff like that say different things, don't they, with your personality disorders and how they work. I mean, over
Like,
here it's EUPD in the UK. Like when I was diagnosed in 2019, it's not even over here. It's more commonly known as EUPD rather than BPD. BPD is more of an American term apparently, which I mean. I'd prefer that term than the UK one because it's emotionally unstable personality disorder over here. So yeah, it's a bit old here. So
yeah, I kind of feel like BPD gives you the idea that there's a bit of schizophrenia, like there's
mm,
multiple, like
mm.
gives people the idea that it's more multiple personalities.
Yes, I've had people say
Like,
that to me too. Or like, is it like multiple personality disorder? No, no, it's not.
and I have people joke with me. People always joke like, which Holly do we have coming today? And I'm like, the one that's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
I'm like, I'll pick one for you though if you want.
yeah, like that's a good way to start the day.
Yeah. Sometimes when people like try and like say things to me about BPD, I actually kind of want to fit that trope just to like scare them.
Mhm.
Then I'll be like, oh, you're unstable, and I'll show you unstable. That's what I'm like though, and I'm like, Izzy, now, come on now, joke's over now, calm down.
Yep.
Ah, so I'm trying to think as well. Some more questions. What advice would you give someone who wants to share their story but doesn't know where to start?
Um, just just start. Really. Oh goodness, like just start writing it down, or like even if you um I guess shoot, like do what I did. Like if you're not a writer, like you don't like writing, talk into your phone. Like it doesn't have to be perfect. It
Mm-hmm.
can be messy. Like get your thoughts down. And, like if this is something you want to do, like if
Mm-hmm.
you feel like even if you want to publish or not, if you want to get your thoughts down, just do it. It can be messy. It doesn't have to make sense. It can be polished later. Just sometimes just getting it out
Mm,
is the best thing to do. Like it can like words don't have a physical weight to them, but they do have an emotional weight. And
mm,
you can literally, your brain can feel lighter just getting them out. Um, Open up your notes app, open up a Gmail, whatever email you
mm,
use, and just start getting them out. And even if it's a draft you delete and
mm,
it forever goes into the ether,
mm-hmm.
like whatever. And if it's something you want to save for later and maybe one day publish, it can always be edited, it can
Mm.
be neatened up, but like don't worry about it being perfect on the first go round. Just
Yeah.
get it out of you.
Get out the system. I mean, like what I do sometimes, I don't normally post them to be fair, but if I'm having a split, sometimes I will. Because I mean, we still function. I hear some people like, "How are you having a split in your functioning? You're clearly not splitting." And I'm like, "Yes, because some of us are parents and stuff, and we still have to function and work and do whatever." So sometimes I've had
Yeah.
splits. I've been on my own. I put my phone there, and I'm just recording myself, just ranting and ranting into the camera till I've eventually, like, obviously calmed down. Put it into my drafts, never to be seen again. And I'm like, delete that now because I know. But it does, just having that outlet might seem so silly in your head, but when you're actually doing it, it can really, really help. Whether that's talking into a microphone to write a book, or even physically writing if that's your style, or making videos, writing in a diary. All this can really, really help. Yeah. Do you want to
Yeah.
add anything at all?
Yeah. Um yeah, I just want to like there's something that um there's been a lot of things going around like I've seen in different BPD groups. A couple things people have been talking a lot about different medications and
Okay.
like hey, what are you on? Like what's
Mhm.
working for you?
Mhm.
Something that I want to toss out there
Mm.
is stop stop going off of like what's working for other people. Your brain is different. My brain is different. This cocktail might work for you. This cocktail might not work for me. And something to definitely understand, like borderline is not a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
It while there are traits like depression and anxiety that can be treated with
Mhm.
medication, like it's something that medication is not specifically going to be like,
Yeah.
oh, you have BPD, here, take some Prozac. Like
Yeah.
there's a medication that might be perfect for you, but there's
Mhm.
a that particular medication is on my adverse reaction list.
Yeah.
So it really like I think people really need to stop taking to social media about like, hey, what are you on? And
Mm.
like I I don't know. I think it's just so like middle school to me. Like
Mm,
it reminds me of in my psych ward days. I don't know. I've just got decades of experience
mm,
here. Um, like the people in their 20s that are on
yeah.
BPD posting these, like social media is just, oh, it wasn't there when
It's glamorized now, isn't it? BPD. It's like
it,
romanticized, glamorized now.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's just one thing. Like, I just really wish people would stop
Mm,
with the whole, hey, what med are you on? And stop. Yeah, the medication. Like, what works for someone else isn't may not work for
yeah.
you. So like, just stop the whole medication talk. Talk about it with your doctor.
Hmm.
Um, like other people's journeys is not that's not like and that's also a private thing.
Mm,
Like there are certain things to like
mm,
different side, not so much side effects, but traits of BPD to talk about. But I
mm,
think medication is a private thing. Everything is out there on the internet, but
hmm.
there are some things that we can keep to ourselves.
Hmm.
Um, and then also talking about journeys, one thing else, I do want to mention, like people talk about recovery with
Mm,
borderline. I feel like that word is so misleading when it comes to
mm.
borderline. Recovery is not cure.
Yes.
Recovery is the journey. Um, I think when you say recovery, it makes people think that there's a finish line and that one day you're better and
Mm,
it's over. And I don't see that at all.
mm,
Recovery is not a destination, it is the journey. So, like, I'm not recovered, I am recovering. And some days it's two step forward, one step back. Some
hmm.
days it's one step forward and two steps back. Two
Yeah.
weeks ago, I moved out into my car and I slept in a graveyard for 3 days.
Hmm.
So you just never know. But movement is still movement, growth still counts, even when it's messy. So to me, just recovery means building awareness, learning to catch myself sooner, and treating myself with more compassion when I fall.
Yeah.
So that's just one thing I wanted to toss out there. Like with everyone talking about recovery,
Hmm.
it's it's
It's
it's
linear.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
you're always going to be in recovery. It's not
Yeah.
a finish line. So if you yeah, if you have borderline, you're always going to be in recovery.
Yes. I agree. No, I agree. That was a real great bit of speech you did there. I really love that. Um, so we'll probably wrap it
It's
up here. If you're all right with that, unless you wanted to say anything else, I'm gonna wrap it up. Is that okay? Yeah.
yeah.
So thank you for coming on today. Where can we find you, and under what name is it on your socials? Where can we find you?
Oh, um, so I really don't do much other than a website,
Mhm.
uh, payhip.com/books by Holly.
Mhm.
I don't really, I don't, I do have a TikTok, but I don't do anything on it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Great, yeah. So if you want to check out her books, she's given you the website, and I'll put the website in the description of the video as well. So please give out some support because I love all my small businesses and stuff. I'm always trying to help people out where I can. So have a great day, guys. You take care.